Soccer Championship featuring the Beta Psi Jaguars and the Omega Kappa Vikings. Team entrances will start in 5 minutes. While you're waiting, enjoy beverages and food from concessions to the left of Griffith Tower and the food trucks near the Visual and Performing Arts Building. Again, team entrances will begin in just 5 minutes. And now let's introduce our teams. Having won one Turkey Bowl with a record of 9-1-1 this season, scoring 51 goals while allowing 10. Welcome to the field, your 2025 American League champions, the Beta Psi Delta Jaguars! having won 3 Turkey Bowls with an undefeated record of 10-0-1 this season, scoring 44 goals while allowing 5. Give it up for your 2025 National League champions, the Omega Kappa Delta Vikings! Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we're led in prayer by Junior Class Chaplain Andrew Molina. After prayer, please remain standing as the Voices of PCC sings our national anthem.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for all you've done for us, Lord. I pray for all these guys, Lord. I pray that they just glorify you in their actions tonight, that they keep their testimony, and most importantly, that they would play hard, Lord. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Tonight for the Beta Psi Jaguars. A junior from North Carolina, Hunter Schmidt. A senior from Texas, number 3, Parker Hickman. A freshman from Guam, number 4, Jeff Borkart. A freshman from West Virginia, number 12, Coleman Spicer. A freshman from Tennessee, number 17, Josiah Abraham. A freshman from North Carolina, number 20, Zar Gonzalez. A freshman from Michigan, number 24, Trayden Dalton. And now introducing the starters for your Beta Psi Jaguars. A junior goalkeeper from Michigan, number 0, Andrew Flanders. A freshman right midfielder from North Carolina, number 2, Tyler Song. A freshman left midfielder from Virginia, number 7, Jaden Boback. A freshman right forward from Washington, number 9, Tristan Toth. A senior left forward and captain from Alabama, number 10, Nash Spicer. A freshman right center midfielder from North Carolina, number 11, Johnny Mendoza. A junior and left center back captain from North Carolina, number 13, Harrison Blackman. A freshman left back from North Carolina, number 21, Owen Jacula. A senior right back from Ohio, number 22, Tanner Hamilton. A sophomore right center back from Alabama, number 28, Corbin Spicer. And a freshman right center midfielder from North Carolina, number 47, Saeed Jimenez. And on the field tonight for the Omega Kappa Vikings, a junior right forward from Honduras, number 10, Gerardo Rosales. A sophomore from Georgia, number 17, Ethan Black. A freshman from Michigan, number 20, Owen Miller. A junior from Honduras, number 22, Elvin Peralta. And the freshman from Florida, number 67, Elias Nunez. Now introducing the starters for your Omega Kappa Vikings. A freshman goalkeeper from Florida, number 0, Ethan Cox. A sophomore right midfielder from Virginia, number 1, Gavin Cormel. A freshman left back from Michigan, number 2, Kendall Williams. A freshman right back from California, number 3, Ethan Weddock. A freshman center back from Michigan, number 4, Parker Hawes. A junior from Michigan, number 5, Carter Henry. A sophomore center midfielder from California, number 7, Tom Santiago. A sophomore left midfielder from Georgia, number 8, Tucker Nyman. A junior center forward from Honduras, number 9, Justice Goins. A freshman left forward from Georgia, number 11, Josh Black. And a senior center back and captain from Honduras, number 19, Joash Goins. Tonight's officials are Logan Mercadante, Mike Walter, and Vando Che. The team captains will now meet in the middle of the field for the coin toss.
O'clock is the time. 61 degrees is the weather, and a phenomenal day for not just Eagle soccer, but collegiate soccer. Hello, fans at home. We're super excited to have you here tonight for the Turkey Bowl, one of the most sought-out events here on campus. And we get a chance to broadcast it live, direct into your living room here this evening. And what a game that we have here so far. Two teams from both the best sides of the conference, the National League and also the American League as well. From the American League, we have the Jaguars, established in 1996, looking for their first championship since 2017. And their opposition, the Vikings, already with 4 championships, looking to get, actually they have 3 champions, looking rather to get their 4th tonight. Their last championship appearance was in 2021. Alvin Chapman alongside me tonight, former NCAA champion and also coaching in a collegiate championship Turkey Bowl himself, and I believe in the year 2023, Caleb Welch. Caleb, what a match that we get a chance to broadcast together and have an opportunity as well to broadcast one of the biggest events here on campus.
Absolutely, Alvin. I'm super excited to see what these two teams can put forward tonight. Two very different squads from what I hear. The Vikings being a team that has a lot of championship experience, a lot of guys who have been on this field before, which we'll get to later, I'm sure. And the Jaguars having a younger team, from what I understand, a lot of freshmen coming in and contributing to this squad. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams come at each other, what their different tactics will be, and how the night will progress. But what I know, Alvin, is that we're in for a fun night of soccer.
The Vikings, 2 of their 3 Turkey Bowls, they've won back-to-back. One in 2018 and then one in 2019, my freshman year. And their last appearance was a loss to the Stingrays in 2021. And the seniors that are on this team were freshmen during that loss against the Stingrays. How will that championship experience potentially serve as a benefit as we kick things off in this match today?
Well, having the composure that comes with being in a championship beforehand. Obviously you get on this field and there's a big crowd out here tonight.
Now a chance early. Flanders getting tested. Shot ricocheted off his chest, and now his collection as well. Andrew Flanders, actually the student body chaplain here at Pensacola Christian College, in goal here for the Jaguars, and getting tested not even a minute into this game.
Yeah, it's been a flying start already, Alvin. A lot of tackles going in, a lot of intensity from both of these squads. You can tell they're really looking to get this game off to a flying start.
Ball stays in bounds. Actually, it doesn't. That was Justin Goins. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes on him, the brother of the captain of this team, Joe Ash Goins, and also one of your former teammates as well on the Eagles soccer team, the men's soccer team here at the college. What are some things about Justice's game that would be very difficult for the Jaguars to potentially try to stifle?
Well, he's kind of an all-around striker, to be honest with you, Alvin. He's fast, but yet he's also strong. I mean, you can see on the camera, I don't know how obvious it is, but he is an imposing presence as a striker. He's a taller guy. He's got a stocky frame to him, so he's able to put a body in if he needs to, but he's also got speed to him as well. So having both of those qualities as any player, but especially as a striker, can be intimidating for a defense. It'll be interesting to see how the Jaguars can respond and keep him contained tonight.
Here's Tyler Sung with the ball on his foot. Now here comes the cross. Ethan Cox available for the collection. And not even a minute and a half into this contest, and both keepers being tested rather early. Cox with a big boost forward. Now the ball on the foot of number 11, center midfielder Johnny Mendoza, and back into the collection of Cox. This match played on the regular college field, which may be a new adjustment for many of the men here playing on a number of smaller fields here on campus. And so what could potentially be a factor, and when could fatigue potentially be a stifle or an obstacle in this game? Would it be in the early goings, or would it be in the midway through points, or even towards the climax, towards the halftime of this game?
Well, honestly, Alvin, I would say based on the start of this game, I mean, it's been very fast-paced. You could see guys starting to get winded pretty early based on the tempo of the game. But honestly, as the game reaches that, the halfway point of each half, you could say a quarter. As each quarter comes to a conclusion of the game, you could start to see fatigue set in, start to see guys not making as many runs or not putting in as many hard challenges. And that can really play a factor. That's what leads to holes in the defense and different things like that. So hopefully these guys can manage their conditioning well and be able to contribute for all, I believe, 80 minutes that we're playing today.
This will remain here with the Vikings. There's a throw in just outside of the 18, gets batted back. Now here come the Jaguars. Sung getting a nice ball played to him. Can he get a foot on it? No, he can't. And phenomenal job by the outside back here for the Vikings, tracking that ball, getting it out of bounds, putting a stop to the offense. That's Ethan Wiedock there for Omega Kappa. Cox back for a goal kick. That one sent about 60% ways of the field here. I know just about 5 minutes into this match, but Caleb, you being a player and also a coach that's been in this position, what are some things that you've already been noticing here from both teams? Let's start with the Jaguars.
Well, I mean, with the Jaguars, they're definitely a little bit more content to let the Vikings have the ball, especially in their defensive third. But definitely looking to spring some counterattacks. We've already seen some long balls here. You mentioned towards Sung on this near side, being able to put those long balls in and hopefully catch the Vikings defense sleeping a little bit. But they're defending well so far. Obviously, the one chance early on coming off of a defender's slip. So not really much to say about that other than that's a bit unlucky. But otherwise, they've defended well. They've kept the Vikings at bay, and I'm sure that's what they'll be looking to do for the majority of the day, especially with a striker like Justice Goins up top, like we mentioned.
That was Goins holding possession here for a number of minutes, rather moments, from the Cormel throw-in. And now a chance, the first corner kick of the game, a lofty one at that. Nobody home for a shot, recovery, and that attempt just wide, right around the teed mark as well.
Yeah, Andrew Flanders was pretty casual about that. Seems like he knew it was going wide, but it looked to be very close. Definitely a scary opportunity there coming for the Vikings.
That was Dom Santiago of the Vikings. Had a shot there from the corner kick opportunity. And we talked about the Jaguars. Let's talk about the Vikings. What are some things that you've noticed here early as we just approach now 7 minutes into this match?
Well, it seems like already they're obviously putting in some good pressure, as you can see right now from Santiago, doing well to win that throw in and get the ball back. But I'll say the Vikings look like a technical squad. They've got some guys on their team that know how to handle the ball well, and they're able to even dribble out of some pressure at times if need be. And looks like they might be able to craft some decent opportunities as the game moves on. We'll have to see how that pans out.
Now another throw-in opportunity. Santiago had Henry available, and Goins to his left. He goes to him. Goins being challenged. Loses possession. The Jags keep it in within the deep corner as well. And instead of having a corner kick opportunity from the end line, the touchline is available for Santiago for a deep throwing opportunity. Finds Goins, plays it off his chest, uses his body to his advantage. Very strong touch, loses possession. And now here's an opportunity at a counter-attack. And a no call given there by the center official. That was number 9, Tristan Tooth, for the Jaguars, who got in that collision.
Yeah, Tucker Neiman putting a very hard challenge in, sliding in from what looked like to be behind. Surprising no call from the center official, I must say, but did well to win the ball back.
There's a chance here for the Vikings. Loose ball gets out of the box. A couple players hitting the turf as well. Very aggressive first couple of moments here in this match. No calls or also warnings being issued here by the center official. Wouldn't be surprised to see, if this aggressiveness continues, him to stop play and address some of the players to keep this game under control.
Absolutely. And you can tell the center official wants to let these guys come out here and be physical, have a physical match, and you can definitely let that go, but you have to draw the line at some point as a center official. You have to tell the guys, all right, this is where the contact is going to stop. And so at some point, these guys are going to start to do things that are going to maybe result in some injuries, and we want to avoid that at all costs. So definitely interested to see how the center referee keeps control of this match.
We get a stoppage as well. Going to give a free kick there for the Jaguars, but that stops a chance at a counterattack for them as well, and allows the Vikings to get back into the defensive spot. That's Said Jimenez rather, with the free kick opportunity. The Jaguars flirting, chance available, skies up high, and the clearance is short. Finds some feet, Jimenez fires, ricochets off the back line. Potential handball doesn't get called here. Santiago now with the counterattack opportunity. Spicer tracking him down. Santiago loses the advantage, and the Jaguars will take over here. Goins delayed on the parallel run there as well for Santiago. Should he potentially have given that ball up to him a bit sooner there, Caleb?
Yeah, definitely that run was on, but I definitely see that he could have wanted to keep that ball for a second longer to draw in some more defenders. But either way, definitely well done by the Jaguars to track back, to hustle back, and to win the ball, win that free kick there.
That was Captain Nash Spicer who had the ball on the top, the striker here for the Jaguars. And that turns into a goal kick opportunity here for Cox. A big boot by him as well. A man down as well here for the Vikings. I think the ball even ricocheted off his hands there. No call by the official. Granted that to be an inadvertent call. Now let's see what the verdict is here.
The Vikings, number 2, Kendall Williams.
So we'll have a substitution, and Kendall Williams will come into the game. Number 3, Ethan Wiedock. Now on the sideline as well, out of play onto the track here. What did you see from that collision there, if you saw anything there, Caleb?
Honestly, I don't think I caught that because I didn't really see anything that I thought, oh, you know, that guy might be going down here in a second, but just kind of looked up and saw him down, so hopefully he's okay. Not really sure what happened there.
Mendoza keeps it in play. Nash Spicer available, loses the challenge. That's number 17 available there for the Vikings. Ethan Black. And Mendoza with the throw-in. The Vikings clear it. And the ball advance. Spicer with the head on it as well. Carter Henry had the ball temporarily. Now the Jags with room to run here.
Yeah, the Vikings can't quite clear their lines here. Kind of struggling to get the ball onto the feet of an attacker or even just out of their defensive third. The Jaguars putting some consistent pressure on in the last couple minutes. It's been a pretty back and forth game so far.
Ball booted forward. And collected as well. Ball now going out of bounds. Another teammate available to potentially avoid that miscues along the touchline. Nonetheless, Cormel, who was available for the last throw-in, will be here again. And another throw-in. Cormel back in his spot here. Sends it towards the box, lets it float as well, very dangerously, and a clearance available.
Yeah, everyone in the box for the Jaguars kind of looked at each other and said, oh, you get it, you get it.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do as well.
Very dangerous to have that hesitancy.
Especially me knowing you as a defender and us having conversations about the game of soccer as well. One of your big stressors is clearing the ball, especially when there's an advantage for the opposition. Especially when there's an advantage.
Absolutely.
Because you never know what can happen with a ball that just, I guess, drags so carelessly across the goalie's line, and that could create an unequalized advantage for the opposition as well.
You have to be decisive as a defender.
Yes.
Whether or not it's the right decision, you sometimes just have to commit to it. And in that case, nobody really wanting to commit to, oh, I'll just get the ball and I'll get it out. It almost created an opportunity there for the Vikings, but they escaped without letting in a goal.
Goins with space and quickly cleared. There we go. That's what you want to see. Sometimes being a backline defender, you want to make the best move or the fanciest move. No, just clear the ball and make the defense, rather than the opposing offense, start over.
Absolutely. Getting to reset your defense. Oftentimes the attacker's goal is to create confusion in that back line. But if you can clear that ball and allow your defense to reset, get its system back, it can be very valuable. And that's definitely the purpose of a clearance.
Mendoza tries to set up Santiago with the ball on his foot. Spicer, the challenger. Let's see where the center official is going to say the possession is going to go. It will remain with Omega Kappa. No, actually, the switching here is going to go with the Jaguars. Beta Psi, rather. The incoming throw in to Mendoza. Sung with a run. That's interrupted beautifully. That one, Ethan Black there.
It's very composed right there.
Yeah,
great dribbling.
Now Sung with a run. Sung with space. Jimenez goes to his dominant foot. Retracts his dribble. Clearance, not far enough. And now on the foot of Carter Henry.
Yeah, you can tell Carter Henry's been given very specific instructions, being in the center defensive midfield position. Definitely has the job of being a bit of a destroyer, as they like to call it. One of those guys that just is there to put in a good hard tackle.
Very difficult collision. I believe that one was clean there. Just the intention of the ball was made very clear, Caleb.
Absolutely. Like what I just said about Henry has honestly been true of the entire Viking squad. You can tell they came in knowing that they'll have to put in some hard tackles at times. They've been very willing to do that, and I think it's set a very physical tone for this match. It'll be interesting to see how that develops, and also, as we mentioned earlier, how the center referee keeps control of that.
Here's Saida Jimenez now. Beautiful ball to Sung. He's tripped up within the box.
I believe he's brought it back for offside.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I do believe the offside call technically came before the potential penalty call. And that's the reason that the referee is awarded offside instead of deciding on that penalty kick, call or no call. Very decisive decision there by the referee.
That was Jimenez to Sung. Beautiful 1-2 connection there from the striker, rather from the midfielder to the striker. And that collision very evident and very much inside the box area, putting the keeper in a very dangerous situation. Nonetheless, offsides is the verdict. Oh, beautiful dribbling moves. Couldn't see a jersey number there, but
I believe it was Jaden Boback there on that far side. Still found his way onto the ball.
And Cox with another collection. Ball didn't have much power, but the potential for knuckling was available. Now his pass intended to Santiago, the speedy winger. And that's Henry, wins his battle, and in comes the ball. And the advantage obviously to the Vikings. Let's see if the center official will go to his pocket here.
To be honest with you, Alvin, if this is my opinion, Hickman's already on his way down. I don't think he's trying to tackle anybody.
I believe a yellow card was distributed.
Yeah, I do believe so. But in my opinion, he's trying to catch his own fall, you know, but he placed the attacker at a disadvantageous position. Referee has little choice. I think the yellow card might be harsh, though.
Now Joash Goins available for the free kick. Could this be a chance for him to score here or potentially set up his teammates here, Caleb?
Might even see a little Goins to Goins action here.
Let us see. Here comes Joash Goins. The dribbler gets sent back. The clearance not available. Actually, now it is. Don't know who the intended target was in that advantage. Nonetheless, now breaching 10 minutes remaining in this game. Got to ask you from your possessions now. What have you been seeing so far? Or what have you been seeing, not as far as good things, what are some things that need to be improved from both teams? Let's start with the Jaguars.
For the Jaguars, I think making some, I guess, complementary runs, if I were to say. A lot of the times they're playing these through balls to these guys making excellent runs, and then there's not a whole lot of support falling in behind. And so I'd love to see the Jaguars make some complementary runs so you have that initial run that gets the ball played, making a run to complement that one and hopefully support the attacker and maybe create some 1-2 or combination chances. But even for the Vikings, love to see them trying to put together some of the same things, those complementary runs, those similar combination plays. That's really, I feel like, what this game is missing right now. Even in the midfield, we're seeing some combination play, but love to see that in the attacking third for both squads.
In the midst of your conversation, Boback got past his defender but was on his non-dominant foot, not being able to make a play happen. Here's Josh Black now. Shoves his defender in the back. No call awarded. No flag raised either. Nonetheless, the Jaguars will play on. That's an interruption, but now the ball back on the foot of someone from Beta Psi.
Well, you can tell, Alvin, and you can even hear in the crowd a little bit, the tension in this match rose a little bit. I think the fans are definitely ready to see a goal from either of these sides, but you can tell that the players are getting antsy for a goal as well. The game just becoming a little bit more chaotic than it was a couple minutes ago. Be interesting to see how these teams respond and try and get this first goal, break the deadlock.
Cormel will send it forward. No one available. Goins tracking back for the run. But the ball not on the back line. That was number 22, Tanner Hamilton, available for the clearance. Ball staying in play. Actually doesn't. Throwing opportunity now granted for the Vikings. No.
Yeah, the assistant referee did signal for the Jaguars initially.
It's Hunter Smith, the throw-in. Given inside, shot nearly on its way, but muffled. Now a beautiful ball set up for Goins. Plays it off his chest. Has number 11 from the Vikings, Josh Black, to his left. Goins makes a defender miss, makes another one nearly miss as well, but lost his dribbling as well. Well, that would have been beautiful if he could have missed both of those defenders. But had Josh Black available as well.
Yeah, genuinely, Evan, I think the paint on the edge of that 18-yard box caused a bit of a slip for the defender yet again. But great work there by Goins, just creating so many opportunities so far for the Vikings. Maybe not shots on goal, but just dangerous situations for the Vikings, many coming through Goins already.
I don't know if you noticed there in that right corner, the Viking faithful, about 20 guys wearing black, representing Omega Kappa. I think we know if a goal was scored for the Vikings, where the celebration may be going to.
Most definitely, and I'm sure by the second half we'll see them migrate over toward this this other end. But it's great to have a group of guys out there supporting their fellow collegian members.
Bobak being guarded by Neiman. Received back from Bobak. Jimenez is there as well. Bobak with a great move, working down the sideline. Finds his man, I believe it's Sung. Cross middle, yet the cross is too strong. Nobody there. I believe the intended target. I can't see his jersey necessarily. And another very difficult collision there. And a yellow card distributed. That one to Schmidt. The second yellow card allocated tonight.
Gotta say, Alvin, I think that was a bit reckless on Schmidt's part. He ran into that challenge really hoping to win the ball, but just clattered into his man a bit too much. I think it was definitely a yellow card used by the referee as a tool to calm down the match a little bit. We're seeing, like I said, the intensity rise minute by minute. It's good to just calm everything down, remind the guys that the referee is in the middle of the field, he's watching, and hopefully that can set a good tone for the rest of it with the physicality.
Now approaching 5 minutes remaining in this opening period. Here's Mendoza being guarded by Henry. Now a chance available here for the Jaguars. But decent defending here by Omega Capping, but poor dribbling as well by the Jaguars. Just not able to just not able to possess the ball and continue to play to go on as well. Jaguars maintain possession. Bobak with a number of moves. Oh man, keeps it on his left foot, but poor communication between Bobak and Mendoza. You see Bobak keep it on his left foot rather comfortably as well.
Yeah, he's actually a guy that is left-footed. Fun fact.
Oh, okay, then cool.
I had experience with him at soccer camp here over the summer, and he was one of the guys that I had the pleasure of coaching during those weeks. And he's a great player. He's one of those guys that he may not seem like much. He usually plays in that outside back or outside wing position, but he can put you on your feet real quick and make sure that you're paying attention. But really great player, and it'll be interesting to see how he attacks down this right-hand side now after transitioning from the left.
And the only reason why I was commentating is left foot, because it's very rare to see someone, especially with most players being dominantly right-footed, seeing someone dribble the ball confidently with their left foot. and even shoot the ball with the left foot as well. Most left-footed players usually play on the left wing or the left back as well. But to see him on the right side of the field dribbling with such confidence is quite fascinating.
Absolutely, and utilizing that left foot on this right side is so effective, as we saw just now. A lot of times in an outside back position, you're not expecting your attacker to cut inside and use their dominant foot there. So it'll be interesting to see how Bobak can use his left foot when he's dribbling toward the middle, maybe find a shot off of that dribble inside.
Flanders now with the collection. And in my prediction, I think the fatigue is potentially going to start to creep in. Now with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. A goal now would potentially put either team at a really great advantage, especially with almost 25 to 26 minutes of soccer being played and the legs potentially to feel the effects of Eagle Field as well, Caleb.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned earlier, the intensity of this match hasn't really let up that much. It's been very back and forth, and also both teams putting in hard challenges left and right seemingly. That definitely will wear you down a lot quicker, so fatigue is definitely going to be a factor, and we already are starting to see the effects of that.
Ball continues to be on the foot here. It cleared by Tucker Neiman. And here's a chance here for Goins. Flanders way out of position here. Very long touch as well. Very strong touch. That ball will go out of bounds, creating a deep throwing opportunity for the Jaguars. And if I'm the Vikings, I'm pressuring a lot here, especially with the ball being so far away. And the Jaguars not having many numbers. Goins available. Flanders the collection. Oh no! Flanders lost it. Santiago gets to his right foot, loses it. And the Jaguars get out of a very difficult situation there. Ball played middle. And a great idea there by number 10, Gerardo Rosales Castro. But no one available for that long ball as we're approaching 2 minutes remaining in this half.
The credit for that defense has got to go to Coleman Spicer on this near side. Very vital challenge there, going to ground, sliding challenge in his own penalty area, Alvin, to clear that ball. That takes some guts, it does, but he went to ground, he knew his decision, he was decisive, and he got that ball cleared. Very crucial, making sure that the score stays 0-0 right now.
Now a free kick opportunity available here for Omega Kappa. Not in frame, but it may be Joash Goins taking this shot here. He's about 100 yards away from me, so I can't necessarily see his face. Coming in frame, no, it's not Goins. But here's a chance. Flanders once again out of position, but his defense saves him once again. Nash Spicer available, but loses it. Henry will send it down to Cormel. Now a race for possession here. Neiman. Rosales Castro with great dribbling. Neiman will test Flanders. Oh man. That was dangerous.
Yeah, definitely not super convincing there from Flanders, but he's getting the job done so far.
Well, the remaining time will be held by the center official. I don't think we're going to see a conclusion until the Jaguars end their momentum, or at least their offense, with now seconds remaining in the first half. Cox out of position, and here's a chance now for the Jaguars. A lot of dribbling, no shots available yet. And now here comes a shot from Cox, no good.
You can definitely tell which foot he prefers right there, really trying to get that shot on his right foot. Sometimes the best option is to take a less than decent shot off your weak foot, hope for a deflection or something like that.
Or even better, work backwards.
Absolutely.
You're in your attacking third, and sometimes you're forcing it to your right foot. It's not available. And plus, a lot of times, many defenders staple the right foot of an offensive or an attactive player. Nonetheless, 0-0 is the draw in this first half. as the Vikings face off against the Jaguars. A very entertaining first half nonetheless. But we need a winner for this Turkey Bowl. No one's going home in a draw or a tie, and we will figure out this winner when we come back. Fans, thank you so much at home for watching. Please enjoy some promotional videos provided by Pensacola Christian College. The next voices you will hear is Alvin Chapman alongside with 2023 national champion in the NCAA, Caleb Roach.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
Want to get a head start on college? With the online dual enrollment program from PCC, you can do just that. Gain an affordable Christian liberal arts education with a biblical worldview, equipping you for your future degree. Open to rising sophomores and above, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year that count toward both high school and college requirements. With over 30 courses offered fall, spring, and summer, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You'll be able to fit courses around your schedule, a perfect way to complete many of your college liberal arts courses before you graduate from high school and step foot on campus. And the best part is, you'll only pay a fraction of what you pay for those same classes if you took them in college. Get a head start on your education today by visiting pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
At Pensacola Christian College, we believe in helping you reach your goals. And that's why we're dedicated to something we call the PCC Promise. We want to provide you with a place that you can achieve academic excellence based on a biblical worldview and give you an incredible experience, all at an unmatched cost.
Knowing the faculty here and knowing how much I felt like they cared about me, this is where I want it to be.
No matter what career you're going to go into, you need to know what God says, you need to make choices, and you need to be informed biblically.
It's very fun to just go out and hang out with a bunch of guys who are Christ-like.
I have a job on campus, which is a huge blessing.
And I also did have a scholarship because my parents were involved in ministry.
Then fourth year free comes along. You don't have to worry about it.
Our goal is to empower leaders to influence the world for Christ, and we would love to invest in your future.
Sessions and head back to your seats as we prepare for our second half. The second half of play will start in just 1 minute.
across the goal line in many instances. But nonetheless, the Jaguars still find a way to keep this a 0-0 game. Alvin Chapman alongside with Caleb Welch. Caleb, what are some of the observations that you have from that first half?
It was an intense half, that's for sure. A lot of tackles going in, a lot of physicality, but as this second half settles in, I'm hoping to see a lot more play with the ball on the ground, even as we're seeing here. Just some good interchanges, keeping the ball in possession and trying to work the ball around. A lot of times they were creating a lot of 50-50s for no reason at some points, and I just love to see some good combination play to hopefully move the ball around the defense. See some good soccer here in the second half. I know these teams are capable of it, and I'd love to see it, but I think the real key to this second half will be who can put it together offensively. Obviously, with a 0-0 draw right now, we're going to need to see some goals in order to find a winner at this game. And I think those attacking combinations are going to be the key, moving the ball quickly.
Okay, I got to ask you, who are some of those players who were key highlight players? Nobody who scored the goal, yes, but who has been a standout player by their play so far in that first half?
Well, for the Vikings, I can't look past Dom Santiago, putting in a lot of hard runs, both offensively and defensively for the Vikings in that first half, but also having the best opportunities for the Vikings in that first half. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Dom Santiago putting it together with Justice Goins at some point, getting some combinations like I've been looking for. But for the Jaguars, in defense, Coleman Spicer putting in some good hard tackles from beginning to end in that first half. And then Jaden Boback on that wing, giving us some good skill, some good chance creation. Be interesting to see how that develops over the second half.
Yeah, Spicer, I believe either his father or his uncle. Coleman is the son. There we go.
That's right.
So there's Corbin, Nash, and then Coleman Spicer.
Yep.
Coleman is the cousin of Nash and Corbin, and Pastor Streg Spicer is a pastor in West Virginia, good friend of ours. We actually got a chance to FaceTime him prior to the beginning of the game.
That's very true.
Very pleasant call with him. Really good friend of mine. So I don't know if he's a good friend of yours as well. But his daughter, Cammie Spicer, the vice president of the student body here at Pensacola Christian College. And it's awesome to see Coleman Spicer not just making a name, putting in hard tackles, but coming off the bench and having that effort as well.
Yeah, he's put in a lot of good tackles, like I mentioned earlier. A couple sliding challenges. I know within the first 5 minutes of the game, I'm pretty sure he was putting in a sliding challenge on the big PCC letters, getting some blue paint on his jersey, which I know he'll look back on fondly, hopefully.
Now a chance to work down the left sideline and the distribution to the middle as well. Spicer, the intended target for the Jaguars. Working it all the way to the opposite corner as well. By my prediction as well, Caleb, I think that this second half is going to go by very, very quickly.
Absolutely. Obviously, these halves they're short. They're only 30 minutes in length, but these teams, they've been playing really intense soccer, and when you tend to do that, the time tends to go by really quickly. But there's probably going to be a lot of chances in the second half, so converting on one as soon as possible is going to be the priority for both teams, because before you know it, we could be in the last couple minutes, possibly going into extra time if no one decides to convert on an opportunity.
Cormel on the left side feeds it middle, finds the feet of Henry. Josh Black with the ball on his dominant foot. Stops on a dime, and Flanders with the collection.
A lot of space here for Boback, receiving that ball straight from Andrew Flanders.
Great ball. Keeper out of position. Collision also. An opposer. The Jaguars. Center official not having to go to his pocket there, fortunately. 2 cards distributed, 1 to Schmidt. Can't remember who the other one was distributed to in that first period of play. Nonetheless, good soccer in that first period. There was obviously a difference in level in this game of soccer compared to the college game, but nonetheless, for collegiate and intramural soccer, I'm very pleased, if you ask me there, Caleb.
Absolutely, and these guys, they definitely have flashes of brilliance, as I like to say. They definitely have these periods where they're playing really good soccer, like those interchanges, those combination plays, even some good tackles, some good defending. You see flashes of that quality come through.
Yeah.
But consistently, these guys put in hard work. If I can say anything else, they put in hard work. You can tell these guys have a strong desire to win. They work for each other really well. And I've loved to see that. I've always loved that about collegiate soccer, really playing for your brothers on the field. But these guys put in a lot of hard work, and they show flashes of brilliance. And I'd love to see one even here off this free kick.
Here's Bobak. A potential set piece. And the clearance somehow dribbles to the half-court line. Goins will track it down. And he's stopped in his tracks as well.
It's well done. This is Coleman Spicer again, just sliding his body in front of Goins. Just killing the momentum of that attack.
I believe that's Nash Spicer. He gets out of traffic there. Right outside the 18, distributed into the middle. And a very easy pickup for Cox. A rather healthy crowd here tonight. And we've heard a couple responses from the audience as well.
Yeah, it's been a very lively crowd out here tonight, Alvin, and a very, as you said, a very healthy crowd. I would venture to say we've got upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 out here, very easily. So very exciting to see everyone coming out here to support these two collegians, or even just watch some good soccer on a Saturday night.
Now Goins back, Joash Goins that is. A very short kick and a handball off the shot attempt, I believe, from Henry. That was an absolute bullet.
It was.
And the hand definitely gave Flanders a chance of air.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was even headed on target, but nonetheless, the handball giving the Vikings a good opportunity. And just out of the frame, you can see, or we can see rather, that the Vikings almost holding a little conference to decide what they're going to do for this free kick. Be interested to see what they decided to come up with.
They elect number 10, Gerardo Rosales Castro. Jimenez, along with Tooth, and Bobak the wall for the Jaguars. Shot, knuckles, but collected by Flanders. The shot just got over the wall, and great idea by Castro to potentially get it right over the grasp of the keeper. Nonetheless, still a 0-0 ball game.
Yeah, the technique there is a very difficult one, to get that ball up and over the wall and down underneath the crossbar. But he ended up going for more of a chip technique there and just didn't quite give it enough power to trouble Andrew Flanders. Easy catch for him. And actually sent the Jaguars almost on a counterattack pretty quickly, but ended up here with a goal kick for the Vikings. But very interesting developments so far in this second half. Opportunities for both sides. But I'll say the game hasn't been quite as intense in this second half. It's definitely settled down. I think both teams are just trying to find a bit of rhythm now, possess the ball a little bit more. It's been interesting to see how it's panned out.
Here's a chance here for Beta Psi. Great slide tackle by Carter Hughes. Rather Henry, my apologies. Bobak trying to work. Henry with a good ball. Black and also Goings available. And great defending there. That's number 24, Beta Psi, Zara Gonzalez. And a slide tackle to get out of trouble. Creates a deep throwing opportunity for the Vikings. Nonetheless, the Jaguars now with numbers.
It's another sliding challenge there by Coleman Spicer. If you had to pick a defensive MVP, I'd have to say I'd probably lean toward him right now. He's put in a lot of crucial clearances.
It was a long ball. Cox out of position and gets to stop as well. Great job by him not settling into his box, coming out towards the attacker and trying to throw off the trajectory of the shot by muffling it at its inception.
Yeah, Tyler Sung, number 2, over there on that far side, playing a lovely through ball there toward the striker.
Sung again. Has Spicer to his left. Sung draws the foul, not inside of the box though. Just outside of it.
Yeah, the Jaguars have definitely earned an opportunity like this. The last couple minutes they've had some attacks, and Vikings have put in some challenges that have been borderline illegal. And the referee finally granting a foul, and dangerous opportunity here for the Jaguars. Interested to see how they convert. Got 4 guys standing around the ball right now.
Bit of a conference just like what the Vikings did. This may be one of the most important opportunities for the half for the Jaguars. Let's see who they will elect to be a part of this potential offensive opportunity. And let's also see if they're going to potentially try to score from here or set up another opponent, another teammate to attack instead. Spicer is forward. Shot on the way. The wall worked for the Vikings. Second chance opportunity. Back tap. Shot on its way. Too strong.
Yeah, unfortunately, that ball just clipped the wall. I think it was very close to getting around, but tried to create a secondary opportunity to no avail right there.
Cox finds the knee of Goins. Plays it backwards to Cormel. And dangerously forward to Goins again. Black receives it. Keeps it on his foot. Now a throwing opportunity awarded to number 11 for Omega Kappa, Josh Black. Throw in from Cormel. Batted back, Cormel available. Loses possession. Ball going out of bounds prior to the attack. And on the attempt, that was number 9, Tristan Tooth. Might be Tristan Toth.
That is correct.
I'm saying his name wrong all day. But it's okay. And here's a beautiful ball played for Spicer. He's off sides, and the ball coming right to me. Thank you for saving me, Caleb. That was crazy. Oh, man. I've never hid behind you a day in my life until that exact moment. And our cameraman is okay.
I never was a goalkeeper, Alvin, but I guess it just came out for a little bit there.
Hey, just, if you want a couple more years of eligibility, just go under the alias of Alvin Chapman, and you can play as long as you want. I know you're getting married in May, but you can be playing ball as long as you want if you use my name.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
wow.
Man, I was actually legitimately scared, too.
Man, that ball was tracking.
It was going pretty fast.
It had some eyes for us, I'll tell you that much.
And I tried to stay professional, but if that ball would have hit me, you would have saw tears and not of joys, fans at home.
Get the camera back on him. Oh, my goodness.
Man. Nonetheless, Goins had an opportunity offensively to no avail. But now a quick attack available for the Jaguars that gets interrupted. A clearance is much needed Bobak tracks it back. And here's a ball played to Sung.
Just not on the same page. It's been the story of the Jaguars half so far.
Ball played to Goins. Flanders out of his box. Goins doing a great job remaining on sides for that attempt as well.
Alvin, look at the amount of space here in the middle of the field. You may not be able to quite tell on the live stream, but there is acres of space here between the attack and the defense for both sides.
And I can tell you why. It's a 5-letter, rather 6-letter word, maybe. Fatigue. Is that 6 letters or 5 letters?
I think that's 7, Alvin.
Oh, wow. Here comes a shot. Cox available. But it takes work. It takes work to have a midfield. Because you're demanding your midfield to be practically running the entire field, the entire game.
Yep. And this is a big field. I mean, honestly, even at the collegiate level, in all 4 of my years, Eagle Field was one of the biggest fields I played on.
Black available. The cross. Oh, man, no cross. A goal instead for Josh Black, the freshman. He had Goins to his left. I thought he was going to cross it, but he took the shot instead.
Yeah, that was a great decision there by Josh Black. You know, he could tell that the runners in the middle weren't quite making the run he needed, and so he just decided to take the shot on. Did a great job to just beat Andrew Flanders there at that near post. And definitely some Vikings fans giving a little whoop-de-doo over there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So very good to see the guy running over there celebrate with his fan club.
But man, now that put the Jaguars team on notice. Beta side looking to equalize with 13 minutes remaining. As you mentioned, such a huge gap in the midfield. And it honestly gave Josh Black an advantage to almost take the ball himself.
Yeah,
had a chance to cross it,
Yep.
but instead went with the more dangerous decision instead to take the shot on frame. And Flanders just unable to be an obstacle to his shot.
Yeah, the space in that midfield allows anyone really, but especially those midfielders, those attacking midfielders, to take the space and play dangerous through balls. That was what we saw right there. Great through ball there to Black coming from that gap in the midfield. I think right now, Alvin, the story of the next couple minutes is going to be whoever controls the midfield controls the game.
Yes. Goins, rather Henry with space. And that ball has a chance as well. Goins was the intended target there. I believe he may be injured. It's very dangerous because that was a non-contact injury as well. Hopefully just a cramp that he caught midway on his run. I would say a timeout for the medical professionals teams, but for intramurals, we don't have that. We normally have the opportunities for a trainer or an athletic personnel dealing with health to come out here. But since the time has stopped, what's going to potentially going to happen is Goins is going to have to come off the field. And as you mentioned, Eagle Field is a huge field. And one thing that's interesting about Eagle Field is that it almost looks like not the biggest of hills, but it has a slight incline as you run towards the middle of the field. I might be mistaken on that, though, Caleb.
Well, yeah, usually with these fields, the groundskeepers try to make it with a slight crown, as they call it, where the middle of the field is elevated, and that helps with drainage.
Yes, yes.
It's one of those things, but usually that doesn't affect the field too much, being able to run. It doesn't really feel like it's uphill, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But, I mean, just the sheer size of Eagle Field is something that even other teams from other colleges, when they play against the Eagles, can struggle with the conditioning and such things. So it's definitely no surprise. I mean, even you saw in the frame just now, some guys helping stretch out maybe some cramps right now. It's definitely going to be a factor heading into this final 10 minutes or so of regulation.
Goins off the field, not in his own power, unfortunately. And now potentially 12 minutes on the clock. I know the game clock here on Eagle Field says 10 minutes, but there was about 2 minutes elapsed in that time. Just to let you guys know that the center official will keep the main time as well. But Goins being one of the primary attackers and creating a lot of space even for players like Black to operate here, his absence is going to be very pivotal for maintaining a lead and even preventing a eclipse from the Jaguars as well.
Yeah, and we'll be praying for a speedy recovery for whatever may be going on with Goins. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Vikings choose to adapt their attack heading into this final 10 minutes. Obviously using Goins a lot, either as a hold-up striker or a runner in behind. Be interesting to see how this attack changes.
Yeah, very unfortunate. It looked initially like a cramp, potentially due to maybe low hydration. But the fact that Goins was not able to go out on his own power off the field is a little bit more concerning than just a potential cramp as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hoping for a speedy recovery as well. You mentioned the hamstring area potentially, Caleb. Obviously not doctors where we can't diagnose a specific issue. But most importantly, we just hope that he's okay.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. I think Rosales Castro has moved into more of the attacking area as well. I believe now maybe the Vikings are going to go with Castro as well as Black in the attack as well, and Santiago is going to be filling into the midfield here. But this is a chance for someone to step up as well.
Absolutely.
And there's no better time to step up and fill the void than the Turkey Bowl as well, Caleb.
Yeah, that's true. And definitely for a guy who's been sitting on the bench for a little bit now, he's got to come in and make an impact pretty quick.
Yes.
You need to make sure that the intensity stays high in that attacking press. Because obviously, like I said, the midfield being the key right now, the striker is one of the first lines of defense usually on that midfield line. So we'll need to have whoever came in to be active and be able to provide that pressure.
Mendoza available for the throw-in. One thing that's interesting, there's a number of players here from the Jaguars. Mendoza, Zar Gonzalez, as well as Saeed Jimenez, that are actually from a church one of my classmates are from. Her name is Mia Nakamura, and she let me know that there is a number of players that she either teached or got a chance to rub shoulders with in her church that are playing here tonight. I can't remember the specific name of their church on the top of my head, but she's serving full-time as a teacher in that area as well. And it's really cool, the fact that I guess the circles are smaller than we think sometimes,
Absolutely.
Of course, you have people playing on the Turkey Bowl, but playing on now, as you say, one of the biggest stages for the season as well. Of course, we have Eagles games that get a bunch of attention, but you can't tell me another place where your entire student body gathers for a game like this. I can't tell you another place outside of here, and it's cool to see how circles are not as big as you think they are.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cool to see that even having groups come here from one specific school that tend to join the same collegian and
Yes.
keep that bond. I know I was a part of a collegian that had something similar, so that's really cool to see them sticking together and choosing to play soccer, continue their soccer career together, as I'm sure they did in high school as well.
I believe the goalie from that 2024 season, or 2023 season, I believe when you won it with the Wolverines as the coach, was it Ethan Price? He just reached out to us as well recently talking about the broadcast. And one of my friends, Sydney Anderson, one of the volleyball players, her dad just texted me just saying how well we're doing on the broadcast as well.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Thank you, fans at home, for just taking time out of your evening just to listen to us and be a part of what we're doing here at Pensacola Christian College as far as the Turkey Bowl. We get the chance to bring Eagle Field to your living room, so to speak.
Absolutely, and I know my parents took good advantage of it during my time playing here, so it's really awesome to be able to have the opportunity to commentate and just be a part of the soccer experience for Turkey Bowl this year.
Now 6 minutes on the game clock, potentially 2 more minutes added to that, depending on how the center official is going to jurisdict the rest of the time here. But now Mendoza available for a free kick opportunity, and the Jaguars have to score. Their time is not of the essence for them. Of course, plenty of time available as far as soccer is concerned, but every possession offensively is so important every time they have the possession for Beta Psi.
Absolutely, and the Vikings have been putting in some good defensive runs today. They're putting in good challenges, staying behind the ball, between the ball and the goal, doing a great job of just putting in that work defensively. So they've been a hard defense to crack today for the Jaguars. So if they're gonna score a goal, they need to create some good chances here in this next 5 minutes to at least send it to extra time.
Ball played to the back line here. Cormel and Mendoza for the challenge. Cormel successful and held on to the ball way too long. Mendoza wins the challenge. Ball sent very deeply. Had a bit of a kickback where it kind of slowed down on its travel. If anyone was up there for a potential challenge or an attack towards the ball, it could have been very fortunate for the Vikings offense despite being up 1-0. Now 4 minutes on the game clock with a potential 2 minutes to be jurisdicted by the center official. And that ball can't be cleared from that corner. It's one of the more difficult places to clear a ball from the corner, keeping it straight on the line, because by my assumption, even if you kick the ball from the corner and it even hovers over the line to come back, it would still be considered out of bounds, correct, Caleb?
That's correct. Anytime the ball crosses what they call the plane of the out-of-bounds line. So you take the out-of-bounds line and you basically extend it straight upward. Anytime the ball crosses that plane, it's considered out of bounds. So even in the air, if the ball crosses out of bounds, it will be called by that assistant referee with the flag over on the side.
Here's Mendoza available. Now 3 minutes to potentially equalize. And I know some people would say there's enough time, but is there enough soccer for the Jaguars to equalize this game and send it to extras?
All it takes is a couple seconds, and it truly is just creating one really good opportunity, which takes a coordination effort. You know, it can't just be, you can't rely on luck. Even though it can work your way sometimes, you can't rely on it. So for the Jaguars, they're going to have to put something together with their whole team being able to coordinate and create something out of this last couple minutes here.
Now a deep throw-in opportunity available. Sung, I believe his shoulder's out of his socket here. That's not Sung, that's actually number 9. Tristan Toth. And the advantage for the Vikings. We say 3 minutes, but once again, there's potentially about 90 seconds to 2 minutes that are still on the main clock due to that injury from Justice Goins. So let's see how the official runs it. I mean, there is the slightest of chance that he notices that the Jaguars aren't having any momentum offensively, and the Vikings are possessing, and he could potentially even end the game even sooner, given to what's remaining on the main clock as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he just decide to add that time. I can imagine he would, just because usually, you know, even though our clock here in person was running, the referee will tend to stop his watch and not allow time to go. But it'll be interesting to see when he decides to end this. Obviously, he'll keep the official time like you've mentioned, and we'll have to just wait and see.
And even the time here, it says on our game clock on the visual here, it says 3 minutes. That may be more closer to the time that the center official does have, but nonetheless, we'll see if the Jaguars can figure something out. The ball now in their attacking third, despite Santiago having it in his possession. And that goal by Black at the 13th minute, rather 13 minutes remaining in the game, that was a huge pivotal marker in this game, especially with the fact that I guess the possessions are rather even between both teams.
Yeah. And here come the Vikings looking to possibly double their advantage.
Ball played to Boback, and they need to move quickly here. And Cormel with the clearance. Ball played forward to Jimenez. The back tap is played beautifully. Boback is working it right outside the 18 mark. Double team, splits the double. And the shot deflected as well.
I'm telling you, Alvin, all it takes is a couple seconds.
Great dribbling moves, the shot on its way, and it's out of bounds. And a stoppage of time here. Great dribbling moves there by Toth. And it had a wide open shot, not with the most amount of space. A lot of time there as well. But just off, too strong. Potentially skied the ball on his attempt.
Yeah. The Jaguars put in a good attacking effort right there to try and make something happen with these last couple minutes. Definitely a good look, a good opportunity, but seems like the shot just wasn't on target.
Another medical incident here. Many of the players surrounding the person on the ground, not the best thing to do potentially. Nonetheless, let's take a little medical incident timeout prior to the final moments of this game, Caleb. That was Dom Santiago off the floor. Medical incident for the Vikings. Ethan Cox potentially going to kick this goal kick relatively far to make the Jaguars have to work very hard to bring the ball back into possession here. And a great possession. Controlled by the Vikings. And a great clearance. And a chance as well. Flanders out of position. And a collision as well. That doesn't get called by the center official. Jimenez with ample space. And Cox out of position. Cox receives it. And no call as well by the center official. That was well within the box area. That could have been a chance for a penalty. And even a chance to equalize this game. Now Boback with another opportunity. And a yellow card there for Cormel. That wasn't for anything physical, but I believe a couple words were said for the face of Mendoza. Yeah, that's not acceptable, Caleb.
Absolutely. We definitely don't want to see that. And the referee taking good care of that. Didn't take care of it initially, let the play continue.
Oh, absolutely.
Next dead ball, did well. Just took care of it, kept the game respectful as it should be.
Here's a chance here. And the game is over. Omega Kappa adds another championship to their history, making it number 4, their first one since the 2019 season. As we mentioned, they had an appearance in 2021, losing to the Iota Chi Stingrays. They defeat the Jaguars in their second appearance in the past 10 years. Once again, the freshman, Josh Black, with the goal with 13 minutes remaining in the match to make the Vikings successful in this game. back and forth effort by both teams. Possessions were quite even. Even offensive opportunities were quite even as well. The Vikings losing two of their dominant offensive pieces as well due to injury, Justice Goins as well as Dom Santiago. But find a way to hold on to the victory and get a championship today. As we mentioned, many of those seniors on this team were freshmen when the Vikings lost against the Stingrays. Now an opportunity as seniors to leave this school as a champion on the collegiate level.
Absolutely. It was definitely an intense game, as we mentioned. Back and forth, many opportunities for both sides, a physical game, but in the end, the Vikings just got that one goal. Like I said, it was just a couple seconds that the Vikings had where they had an opportunity. That was all it took to be the difference. So, fun game to watch, fun game to be a part of.
Both games, very good games. Congratulations also to the Lambda Rho Delta Jets. There we go. They were victorious 3-1 in that game. Two terrific goals, one goal to be victorious. Now here comes the Collegiate Sports Coordinator Jacob Gentry to center field to hand off the trophy to the Vikings for the fourth time in their collegiate history. Omega Kappa being established in the year 1980. 10-0-1 on the season with 44 goals to their name. Were champions in the 2014 season. Went back-to-back in 2018 and 2019. I remember that year. Seth Kenny was the captain of their team that year. Had other members like Daniel Page on that team as well. And a number of other players. Billy Dudley as well, Jake Dudley's brother, was on that team as well. That was my freshman year when they completed that back-to-back.
Wow.
Got a good memory on me. What can I say? Hopefully those guys are watching here at home and got a little shout-out. That was the last time they were champions as well. It's good to see Justice Goins walk out onto the field with his own power to receive his trophy as well. But now in the great year 2025, the Vikings are victorious in the Turkey Bowl. Any final efforts to mention about the Jaguars? Great effort by them nonetheless.
Yeah, no, they put in a hard game. I mean, I'm looking at them over there. They're laying on the ground. You can tell they're exhausted. They gave 100% tonight. But really encouraging for them. I know a lot of their guys, like I mentioned, are young and they're freshman class. As we watch the Vikings with their trophy lift. But as I was mentioning, the Jaguars with a young team, I'm sure they'll be back to make a good run into the playoffs next year, keeping a lot of their same squad. The Vikings may not be in the same situation, but I think we haven't seen the last of the Jaguars in the next couple of years.
I mentioned earlier. The Vikings, their freshman year, those seniors were in the same position as the Jaguars are.
Yep, absolutely.
And so there could be a chance, whether it be their senior or their junior years, to be back in the same position. And as you mentioned, a very young team. Many freshmen and sophomores to have the makeup of that team. And as the Viking faithful come together to celebrate with the trophy, congratulations once again. Caleb, thank you so much for being on the mic with me one more time. A lot of fun memories, a lot of saving me from being hit with a soccer ball once again. That was great and a little scary, but we're good. We're safe. Everything's good.
Yep.
But nonetheless, fans at home, thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next year. Also, for those that love to tune into our broadcast, our volleyball and soccer teams are traveling to both Joplin, Missouri, and also Kissimmee, Florida, my apologies, to compete in the NCAA National Championship. And we'd love for you guys to follow us on Eagles at Eagles PCC for the rest of the information of that. And then also feel free to follow the Collegian page, which is PCC Collegians, for the rest of the updates regarding collegian life and Greek life here on campus. Nonetheless, fans at home, thank you so much for joining us and allowing Eagle Field to be in your living room or even on your mobile devices as well this year. Caleb, what a game.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Alvin. It was a great opportunity. Got to watch some great soccer tonight in both games, and it was a fun opportunity to be able to watch these teams compete. But until next time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to our audio and visual crew, as well as Jacob Gentry, the head of Collegiate Sports this year. We'll see you guys next year.